Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm DakkaDakkajoe, and today we are covering the perfection that is Astartes. Now, Astartes originally started out on YouTube before the whole GW crackdown on fan animations and whatnot. And while I don't agree with their stance, I think it's incredibly greedy and disingenuous. I feel like we should still support animators and other fan creating content for the community. Sayama Peterson was originally the person who worked on this. Him and his team did a fantastic job creating what I see as 40K. In this video, we're going to see a homebrew chapter going up against some Xenos, and that's really about it. Please go and check out his Patreon. Right now, he's currently still working on personal works. Anything Warhammer related is going to be on Warhammer Plus and Warhammer TV. You can still find this video on Warhammer TV without having to pay for the Warhammer Plus subscription. Just go check it out. It's like 13 minutes long, and it's honestly the best thing you're going to see. Let's just go ahead and jump right in. Our ghost uprisings have been checked. Retributor Astartes now assists the hunt. I didn't finish it. Just the style alone is so sick. Like the particle effects on the smoke alone, it looks so good. I don't know what program he used to create this. I'm assuming it's going to be Blender, but he might have done it in Maya. Just look at that, that looks so good. I personally am a fan of more of like realistic approaches to Warhammer 40K, because if you look at anything kind of like with the official content or with fan content, it mostly strives towards the realistic side of things versus the cartoonish side. Like if you look at, what was it? The new codex that they dropped, where they had like the Sisters of Battle and then Ultramarines, it wasn't as realistic as I would have liked. It came off a little bit more, like I said before, cartoonish in its way, but it still looks good and it still conveys the whole message of the grim dark. But anyway, let me stop interrupting. Excellent, like you can hear the weight on it. Yeah, it just looks so good. So they're sending out a drop pod right now to board this enemy flotilla. Excellent use of music here. So good. Okay, so they've breached the frigate. Whoa, that's cool risk. Okay, so I just love how the bolters show weight and like huge damage against like regular human. I'm guessing this is like Greater Imperial Guardsmen, I don't know for sure. But like just the intimidating presence of the Astartes alone made me love this video when I first saw it. It originally came out in like a 5-part series, but I was like hooked. Like each week I was like, please, give me more, give me crumbs. I don't want no coochie, I want Astartes. I just love it. Like, I feel like that's one thing that's really missed in a lot of official GW content is that there's no real weight to the Space Marines. I mean, these dudes are fucking huge, right? They're like 7 feet tall. They're beefy boys. They got that Trenbolone sandwich. Like, they're fucking huge, right? But like, even with the sound design of the steps or like the bullets just bouncing off of their armor, we don't get to really see that a lot. And now that we're seeing it here, it just like blows my mind. I love these videos so much. I know I'm dick riding hard, but I can't help it. Yeah, fuck that guy. Whack the shit out of him. So obviously they're protecting something. menacing music going on. Dodges it like it's nothing, dude. Should have caught it with his teeth. I love like the amount of love that went into this video, and obviously the people who worked on this are huge fans of the Warhammer setting. But like even something as a minor character like this guy right here, he gets all the details still put into him. And that's so badass. We see him for what? 5 seconds, 10 seconds tops, and he still gets the amount of detail and care that he needs to keep this story going along. I love that. It's just like, nah, man, you're not hitting my brothers. Nice try. That charge out of here, bro. Mows down his ally. That heroic stance. Dude, it's so sick. Just getting blasted, and he's like, nah, I don't give a shit. Keep firing. It doesn't bother me. Give me 5 seconds. You're gonna be dead here in 2. Goes a smoke screen. Comes the plasma. And it's donezo. Okay, so here are the leaders. The one thing I forgot to mention is that the reason we don't hear a lot of voices, all we really hear is the sound effects, is that everything is in Vox communications or is being like psychically telepathed, like these two guys were, where you saw the spinal cord and them looking at each other. So that's what's being conveyed. So people are confused about that. But the Space Marines are actually talking to each other, and there's probably all like, brother this, brother that. I mean, that's just usually how Space Marines go. But it's all being like, it's coming through their Vox channels. So there is communication. It's not like they just instantly know what to do, even though Space Marines are like a whole nother level. They're setting up for the charge. Reloading. Particle. Oh, that sounds like really short. And the plasma pistol won't do the job. Bring out the knife. Huge psychic wave there. Comes another knife. Oh, God. Can you imagine the amount of psychic presence it must take to hold down a Space Marine? I mean, he's even still able to, like, angle his gun into the force field and get a shot off. But, like, to me, that's, like, locking down one Space Marine alone is intense. And I'm sure the other Space Marines, I think when they got hit with that psychic blast, they're probably still okay because of the armor, but they might have taken some damage. But, like, here in a little, I'll let it play. I'm getting too excited. Severs the telepathic connection. And they're done, so. Now they're locked off from whatever was Like right here, they're meant to be like, that was a good strike, brother. You too, brother. Thanks, brother. We should go get some purity seals later, brother. The shit out of my ankle, man. Oh my god, have you heard that? Jesus, it's so good. See, like, you saw the other Space Marines coming back. So, like, these guys probably got pushed back, but their armor alone would probably have kept them safe. The one guy who was trapped in that, like, psychic presence and was getting crushed, he was probably the only one in danger of actually getting, like, killed or hurt or anything along those lines. Here they're approaching whatever these psychers were protecting. Another beautiful shot that's like Battlestar Gothic. Beautiful. All those purity seals you saw there, that was really awesome. Deeds accomplished. And so this right here is like Xenos artifact, probably not an artifact, more of actually just a Xenos itself that probably took over the other Psychers and the Imperial Guardsmen and has been like telepathically controlling them, kind of like a Tyranid hive mind. Okay, now here's the Inquisitor. Here's the Inquisitor. I hate the Inquisition. I think that's like the general consensus, is that everybody hates the Inquisition. But the Inquisitor here looks so good, and an Inquisitor Psyker is incredibly powerful. So the Space Marines were working in tandem with the Inquisition to take hold of whatever this Xenos object, or if it's a Xenos itself, is. So right now he's probably trying to do like a psychic connection with it to sever it or destroy it completely. That's why you see the holy smoke and everything like that. He's relying on the power of it. There's a captain. There's our boy from earlier. Even like on the back of the backpacks, you see the smoke, the detail and love that went in it. It's so amazing. Okay, so what we can get from this alone is those two other Psychers that we saw that got fucking murked were smaller versions of this guy. So the Xenos, one is on Space Marines frigate, right? The other one is on the frigate that they boarded and they're trying to take control of it or destroy it or do whatever. They're obviously talking to each other and they're more powerful together. So with them being separated and destroyed, they're not able to power this like giant Goliath, massive Psyker Goliath is only what I'm assuming. Obviously, it's still unfinished, but it's in the process of being made. This guy is like the big daddy version of the two other guys we saw. So if that would have gotten like animated or some shit and they were fighting that, I don't think the Space Marines would have a chance. That much with that much psychic pressure. Here's that other Xeno. Now it's awake.
Astartes.
You can't beat the Emperor's will, my guy. You're not stronger than the Emperor. These angels. So beautiful. Psyker again. Visitor Psyker. Now it's... Okay, so what's going on here is the Inquisitorial Psyker is intercepting their communications, right? So what you just heard is we have all failed. These two spheres are talking to each other. This dude is peeking on their conversation, kind of eavesdropping to figure out what they're going to do. So if we listen for just a little bit longer... Right there. You must take them. Now the Inquisitor is turning towards the captain. Tell him, hey, get your boys out of there. He's about to do something. Fox communication. Extreme prejudice. Bah! Knocks him the fuck out. Jesus. Like that TikTok audio. Doc! Like, okay, so with those two spheres being powerful enough to take over an Imperial Psyker, you know, and give him these revelations and like prophecies of what they want to do to the Space Marine, teleport them wherever, is that just goes to show how powerful they are in the warp. That's just insane to me. But that's all the Grimdark is just being fucking extra as shit. And that's all they could do though. Like there's no coming back from that. See, they just got Vox communications on that. It's already too late. So like we heard before, they're taking. Blew off his arm. It's worth it for the cause, and it just immediately heals. Extra chunky. Man, the skin looks so good on that. But like right there, Right there, those were service studs, so that's all deeds of honor, or like however long he served. There's 3 of those, which is a shit ton. That's a long ass fucking time to be serving as a space marine and still going. So obviously, it took them somewhere. Like I'm assuming they were in the warp here, seeing the actual what these entities looked like. And that like huge psychic blast, I'm only assuming. So there's 2 things that could happen. One, they have another psyker on the Space Marine frigate, probably the chaplain, or I'm sorry, not the chaplain, but the librarian, who was able to disrupt the communication and just destroy the Xenos. Actually, I think I have 3. 2, they destroy the Xenos on the ship, and that broke the connection and its power. Or 3, there's something else out there that's just annihilating these Xenos, and these Space Marines just happen to be coincidental with them. So they're dropped out of the image. God knows where, or Emperor knows where. I wouldn't want to throw up in my helmet either. Like, it's a good move. He's still got his knife. He's fine. It's just so intimidating, man. Like, unless it's the Xenos homeworld, I don't know where the boy got sent to. I'm assuming that the other 5 Astartes that he was with probably got sent to the same world, but not the same location. So there is absolutely no telling where those boys are. We probably won't see specifically, for one, because none of them are named. And if they're not named, they're probably cannon fodder. But after this, he's going to show some more works, which I'd like to look at. Kind of like teasing the official shit that's going to be coming out later on Warhammer TV. Like I said before, you can watch this for free on Warhammer TV, but the rest of the official content that's coming out, probably not going to be able to watch that for free. You're probably going to have to subscribe to Warhammer Plus like I did. So anyway, I just want to reinforce the fact that yes, he went official for Warhammer stuff because that's probably the only way the GW would allow him to work on these projects. I still feel like with as incredibly talented and dedicated as this guy is, please go give him a follow on Patreon, follow him on his YouTube channel, all that good shit. And, just don't knock him for having to be official now. A lot of people, when this first happened 2 years ago, called him a sellout and all this stuff. But if you're really, really passionate about this community and you generally want to keep working with the community, then sometimes you have to make sacrifices because this shit's not licensed. It's all fan animations. Most of the time, communities and corporations don't really give a shit, but GW they've known to be pretty damn greedy, right? So let's go ahead and look forward on the rest of this. A show? It didn't. Oh, okay. Okay, so in part 5 on YouTube, it did show everything else he's going to be working on. Let's see if I can find Astartes next project. Let's try that. Okay, so here's the teaser. Again, right here, will we ever see this now? GW have bought him out. I think it's going to be official content. That's really all it comes down to. It's going to be official content. Yeah, I mean, there's a year ago, sweeping up content creators. They were doing a bunch of that. They did a bunch of that with Source Filmmaker projects too. And the guy who did Hell's Reach, he did Angels of Death. Serious. Orcs, my favorite. Yeah. So that's pretty quick, but like that's a White Scars chapter, right? We saw Blood Angels there. Right there, there's the Blood Angels. Iron Hands? I mean that's Iron. I don't know what chapter that is. That fucking punch too. Bonk. Ugh. I'm very, very excited for his next project. And like I said before, I have it pulled up here. Here's his official Patreon. Like I said before, since he's official with Warhammer 40k stuff now, as he says here, his Patreon page is more of like his personal project. So if you would, just go check it out. And if it's something that you want to put your money towards, then that's awesome and great. But anyway, thanks for watching. I had a really good time reviewing this just chef's kiss of an animation. I loved everything about it. I'm trying not to dick ride, but to me, it's like peak. It's peak animation for Warhammer. Later on, I'll check out more official content. Like, we'll watch the armoring. One of my personal favorite trailers was the Horus Heresy cinematic that put out, which is just also very, very good. And it's more realistic than the new edition that came out with other stuff. I think I saw it here. Yeah, the new edition cinematic trailer. Like, this is just a little bit too cartoony for me, but I still liked it. And we'll look at other Hammer and Bolter stuff. Again, thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here.